What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Sports Reel. Today we're looking at reasons why the NFL lost 1 million viewers. Last year, the NFL lost about 1 million regular season viewers versus the 2013 and 2014 seasons. It represented about a 6% fall off, enough to be easily noticed and maybe even cause a little concern. But it could be written off as a one-year blip. Last year's C page has turned into a major break in the dam. The league is now down with about 3 million viewers per game from 2013 to 2014. When the specific terms appearing, the scope of the telecast, and the week of the season are taken into account, the decline is even more dramatic. More than 4 million viewers, or in excess of 20%. The NFL and all major sports face some long-term trends that threaten viewership. Many people, particularly millennials, are just not tuning into traditional television nearly as much as past generations did. The range of leisure substitutes vastly expanded over the past decade, including streaming movies and series, YouTube videos, social media, gaming, and texting. Live sports may be doing relatively better than other programming options for television networks, but the relative position doesn't insulate sports from absolute declines. Losing 20 to 25% of viewership in less than 2 years isn't about long-term trends, though. They may siphon off viewers, but not in such large quantities. No, a sizable chunk of this decline is to be attributed to more recent factors. One candidate for a short-term impact might be scoring. Median points per game is off by about 2.5 versus its peak in 2013 and down to around levels from a decade ago. This is not a very satisfying answer, however, given that median scoring was actually higher in 2016 than in 2015 or 2014. Also, the variations in scoring at other percentiles is not all that different from past seasons. The list of alternative explanations from the viewership decline has been much discussed of late, and includes Colin Kaepernick's protest of the national anthem in 2016, along with the continuing controversy about the subsequent anthem protests and Kaepernick's unemployment, Deflategate, along with Tom Brady's suspension and legal battle in 2016.
It's the alleged cheating scandal launching 1,000 saucy headlines. Deflategate. Tonight, the New England Patriots are fighting back against accusations of unsportsmanlike conduct.
Ezekiel Elliott's suspension and legal battle this season, and other off-the-field matters. Separating these various factors from one another and from the long-term trends in statistically valid ways is very difficult, if not impossible. Given the limits of the data, anyone making bold statements about precise impacts is bound to be wrong. A more modest position is this: none of these situations are helping attract or keep viewers, and the combination of them is likely more important than the effect of any one of them in isolation. Sports leagues as successful as the NFL can be tempted to take growing consumer demand for granted and operate almost as if fans existed for the league, and not the other way around. The big drop in viewership would seem to blow up this backwards view. In spite of caricatures, NFL owners are not stupid. They can see what analysts like me see and the threat to viewership and long-term revenue that they face. The trouble for them is that the long-term trends are almost totally out of their control, and the short-term issues involve knotty social labor issues. In an Econ 101 setting, it would seem that the NFL Players Association would readily get on board with solving the current public relations issues that may be influencing viewers and will ultimately impact revenue. After all, the players' salaries as a group are explicitly tied to a share of revenue. But this isn't Econ 101. It's an exercise in political economy and game theory in which many players will work against the long-term interests of the average player. Brady and the New England Patriots have strong incentives to pursue team or personal agendas that might have helped the NFL's product and other players but helped the Patriots or Brady. The same is true of other individuals and even the Players Association. Owners are not immune, as Robert Kraft showed in the Deflategate and Jerry Jones has shown in the Elliott case, but with only 32 principal owners and the long-term financial stake, finding consensus that moves them in a positive direction might be possible in things like scrapping the personal conduct code. Finding consensus given the complexity of the protest issue is another matter. Still, finding consensus among owners in ways that benefit league revenues may be a lot easier than that where 1,600 players are involved, most with short careers. Stepping back and taking the long view of benefits down the road is not always the path chosen. For all its current problems, the NFL can still boast the higher viewership and revenue of any sports league. But the league's financial status in 2017 may be a little solace to owners by 2037, as the impact of the short-term viewership problems for the league have intermingled with the long-term influences. I'm not making a 20-year prediction of doom for the league. Who knows what will be by that time? The world is not a static place, but one day, whether in 20 years or 100 years, the NFL will be displaced by other leisure activities. So that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Sports Reel. If you guys enjoyed, hit that like button, comment down below, and subscribe, hit that bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.